What's up, YouTube? This is Monday guy Coley. This week's topic is to bring a special person on to our video and have them put their input on the transgender stuff. So for me, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know that my mom is my biggest supporter. So she's gonna be in the video with me today. Now, come on, I got you. Get this one. There we go. Oh my lord.
Hey. Hi.
Tell me your name.
Hi, I'm CJ. I'm Coley's mom.
So, I guess I'm gonna just ask you some questions. How did you feel? Well, you kind of knew that. So, like, how did you know in the beginning that I was already gonna come out to you as transgender?
Well, I think I saw the signs, kind of a change in you probably around junior high school. I could just kind of tell that you were not comfortable. And you kind of dropped some hints along the way, showing me pictures of trans guys' chests after chest surgery, and when we were watching the Maury Povich show about transgender, and you were telling me all this information about it, and I was like, wow, how do you know all that, And so I kind of just figured it out on my own. But I didn't actually know for sure until that day you came home and you were just like, I need to see a doctor, and you wouldn't tell me why. And I kind of just put two and two together and kind of figured it out from there. So it wasn't really like a day or like a grand coming out. It was more of a gradual, I think this is what's going on with you. But I didn't say anything because you didn't want to tell me yet. And so, yeah, it was kind of like that.
So then, when at the counseling meeting at the end, when the counselor finally like confirmed your accusations, how did you feel about it?
I think my initial reaction was fear, not for you. Just like thinking about what the process is going to be like, what the transition's going to mean, and how it's going to be for you, going through the physical parts of it and stuff like that. And I have to admit, I'm going to admit this, there was a little bit of me that was kind of afraid of how other people would react. I didn't have a problem with it. I knew that Dad wouldn't have a problem with it. His initial reaction was, this is our child. We're going to do whatever we can to make sure that he's happy. And that's how I felt. I just became like, I gotta do something. I've got to help you and help you to become the man that you are, that you're supposed to be, and so that you can be happy and healthy in life. And so, but there was a lot of anxiety because the whole process was just a lot of trying to find the right people that could help us out. And figuring out, I have to say, the monetary issues that are involved, because a lot of insurances don't provide coverage for some of the things. And so there was a lot of anxiety, but I knew I had to do something, and I knew that somehow, we would figure it out and try to do what was best for you.
All right, so let me see. I put why they're so important to me. That's my question. So, like, of course, it's my mom, and she supports me. Well, for me, growing up, I was always close to my mom, so she's always been the most important person in my life, not just from the transition, but like from forever. So, like, yeah, she's important because she's the one that does everything. We do everything like together. She always does. If I need something or whatever, she got my back. And we're always together. We watch the TV together. Not one of them things like, no, mom, like, no, we be chilling or just anything. We're just real close. And the support that I get, not only with the transition, but with basketball, always at my games or whatever I want to do, she supports me. So that's why she's the most important person in my life. Just period. No second one. She's the only one. She's very supportive of my transition, and she messes up on the pronouns the most out of everybody.
Which I don't understand because I'm like,
Yeah, she does, but it's alright. She also supports me the most out of everybody, so yeah, that's why she's the most important. So, um, another question: what has been the hardest part from the whole thing, from the process, like since, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
since the very beginning,
Yeah.
or um, well, I think initially the hardest part for me was realizing the inner turmoil, or I don't know how you would define it, but the inner struggle, the inner pain that you were feeling, that you were feeling trapped inside the wrong body, kind of thing. That was kind of hard for me, and that's one of the motivators I think for me was like I really got it. I really, at some point I really felt that, and I really realized, gosh, this is serious. So that was hard for me to see, kind of going through that. It was also just hard seeing you going through, the physical pain of the procedures, and dealing with the, you know, side effects of some of the um, medications that you took during the egg retrieval and stuff like that. That was really difficult. And
Hey, I almost died.
yeah, that was a tough process. And I had that same fear going into the top surgery because that's kind of a big deal too. But you really did awesome with that whole process. And but I did feel your pain, and I know that it was very, very uncomfortable when you were so bound with the bandages and having to change your bandages and do all that. And that was just really hard for me to see you going through the physical pain. But I guess that was really for me. It was mostly just having to see you go through that struggle. But to see you now, it's like it's amazing the transformation and how much happier that you seem. Um, so yeah.
What about besides the hardest part, like for you to see me go through stuff? But what was the hardest part for you, like as it watched, like for you that you went through?
I think one of the hardest parts for me was just taking on, like, I just wanted to do everything right. I wanted everything to go well for you. So there was a lot of anxiety about how picking the right. Well, you picked your top surgeon, but I mean, like, picking the other professionals that would be the right people to help us along. That was really hard trying to figure all that out. Um, and I admit that with some people in our lives, it was hard to initially tell them, what was going on with you, because at first they didn't know. But I was pleasantly surprised for the most part with how people responded, to the whole thing. So I would say, those two things were also kind of hard.
As a parent, and parents play specific roles, I guess, in a way, according to the child's gender. So, did you question your role as a parent in my life when from going to having a daughter to a son? Did you ever like question or wonder if like your role or what you had to do was gonna change?
Wow, that's a really good question. That's a really good question. Well, I'm going to say no, not really, because, when you were little, you were always kind of, quote, a tomboy. Um, and I mean, you did play with dolls and stuff like that, but you seem to be drawn, to more, you identified more with, like the little kids in the neighborhood, the boys, than you did the girls, I think. And you played with trucks, and you just were like a little tomboy to me. And then, at some point, like, you started changing the way you were dressing. And I do remember that one day you came home and said that you wanted to start wearing boxers. And I remember, like, soon after that, I remember doing laundry, and I'm sitting here folding these boxers and putting them in the coal pile, and I was like, this is kind of weird. But and just like when we would go clothes shopping, you would get the baggier pants and stuff, and want to do the little saggy thing, and I was just like, But it was more of a gradual thing, but I didn't really feel like I had to change myself really in any way. I mean, I don't know if you felt that I changed in any way, or I didn't really resist it. Anytime that I caught myself like questioning, like, why is he wearing these baggy shirts when he could be wearing nice fitting um, things, not realizing that you were trying to kind of hide. I would just, kind of snap myself out of it and say, hey, that he's doing what he feels comfortable doing, and if he feels okay with it, then I shouldn't have a problem with it. And so I don't really feel like I changed my role as your mom in any way. Because it wasn't just like, one day you're like this really foo-foo-y ballerina type, and then the next day you're like, mom, it wasn't like that. It was a real gradual, and like I said, you were already kind of a tomboy, and, I was a huge tomboy as a kid, so it didn't really just happen like, wow,
Like, wow.
it was gradual. So I didn't really, feel the need to just drastically change how I treated you. I felt like I didn't really change how I treated you in any way. I mean, that would be something you would have to address, I guess, too. But, if you felt that I changed at all in any way, treated how I treated you, I don't know. But I didn't feel that I did.
Yes. No, I didn't feel like you changed. I don't know, because our relationship been like that. It's not like, like, or like if you wanted to like stereotype a mother-daughter relationship, it would be like, they would like going to like go to the nail shop together and stuff like that. We never really did that.
Well, because I'm not that kind of person anyway.
Because you're a little boy too.
I'm a little bit of a tomboy still. Yeah, I don't.
She is. Look at this shirt. It looked like mine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do my nails. I don't wear a lot of makeup. I wear jeans, and I kind of do more physical activities in terms of like yard work and stuff like that. And
I'm not a little boy too. That's why
I'm not into jewelry parties and all that stuff. But I'm not. I mean, I'm married to a man, and I'm straight. But anyway, that's. But I am a tomboy, in the sense that I'm not superly feminine, like some women are, and so it wasn't really a big
deal. So, like, for you, learning like all the stuff that you feel like you went through mentally, and like the fears and just everything, how it happens. What type of advice would you give to another parent? Because I feel like, this video could be informational for the kids that don't have supportive parents in their life, so like the kids that watch this video, all the bruh, shut up, all the 7 trans guys fans that are younger, that might look up to us, or got families that they might be afraid to tell, or unsupported mothers, or maybe their parents just wouldn't understand, they could show the video and help others. So what type of advice, just a pressure question.
Yeah, this is a big one.
What type of advice would you give to, like, if you knew that a mother and a kid was watching this, and the mom was trying to learn how to like accept or understand her child, what would you say?
I think the first thing I would say is just really listen to your child. and get educated. Because, like, when this thing first started with Cole, I didn't totally understand, what it meant to be transgender. I didn't understand what was involved in the process. And so I had a lot of, things that I had just heard, and a lot of that was, given to me with a lot of bias. So I just really listened to Cole, and then I did a lot of research to educate myself about what it meant and what was involved. And I asked him a lot of questions, I think, about what he was feeling and what he was going through. I know a lot of parents have a problem with the issue, and I think a lot of it is just because you don't really totally understand what it is and what it means and what it feels like to have that inner struggle. And if you could just imagine to what that must feel like to look one way and have your brain say, no, that's not who I am. It can be a very painful thing. And so I would say, listen, get educated. Don't just react. Don't overreact. Don't freak out. Don't think, oh my God, what did I do wrong? It's not about that. This is not a choice. Cole, in his mind, was born a man, and he had girl parts, and that didn't match, and that caused him a tremendous amount of dissonance. And if you truly love your child, you got to realize that even if there are some physical changes that happen, like the D boys and the little bears, what you got to realize is that the true person is still always going to be there. That true spirit, that true essence of that person is always going to be there. And that's who I love. That's who I connect with. And that is never going to change, no matter what changes might happen on the outside. So if you really, really love your child, I think you just got to try to look at it that way and try to understand it. Because there are a lot of misconceptions out there, and a lot of prejudice and bias and just ignorance. And I don't, when I say ignorance, I'm not necessarily putting people down. I'm just saying a lot of people just really don't understand and know. And that was me. I mean, I was
just ignorant.
I just didn't know. Well, I didn't know. I didn't have the information.
It's bad. It's a put down. You're ignorant.
Well, that's one way to look at it. But I'm just saying, if you don't really know about a subject, you're ignorant about the subject. But once you open your mind, that's the other thing. You got to be open-minded. Open your mind, open your heart, learn about it. Try to, understand what that must feel like, and just get help. There's tons of organizations online that you can go to that give you a lot of information. There's some support groups depending on what area you're in. We've had a lot of support from the professionals that we've worked with. And the people that aren't supportive, like, my family is pretty much all supportive. There's a couple that are having some issues with it, and you can't let it bother you. You can't let it get you down because they just haven't gotten there yet, But yeah, just listen, research, reach out, talk to your son or daughter, whatever way it's going. Talk to them, ask them questions, and just stay open-minded. And that better be edited out of there, because that's just so disgusting. He does that shit to me all the time.
No, but I wanted to add to the part about I want to add on to the part that you said about if you truly love your child, the person, the spirit is always going to be there. Because I know some people are going to take that and misconstrue that and be like when you say the true person is always going to be there, they're going to think you're talking about the female part.
No, I'm talking.
It's talking about like
yeah.
deeper, like the person, like that person, the person that you love. You don't love your daughter because she has a vagina, and you don't love your son because he has a dick. You love them because of their personality, because of their heart, like just soul. That's what she meant by that true person is always going to be there, not the gender that they were or nothing. It's something deeper within that.
Exactly.
And I just wanted to clear that because I feel like, you know, if a parent doesn't understand, then you say true person is going to be the opposite, you know.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not the outside shell. It's the inside spirit.
The personality, that person that you interact with. You know, that's not going to change because they already are in essence who they are.
Yeah, that's not going to change. It hasn't changed at all with us.
Yeah. Right.
And I have to say, I don't know about how you feel about it, but I feel like this whole process has actually brought us closer together in a way. And I know that you know that it's me and you right here, but I just want to also mention that Cole's dad, who is not around a lot because he has to work in another area that keeps him away for a lot of time. He has also been really just super great and supportive, and he, like I said, his initial reaction was, you know, this is our child. We got to do what we got to do to, you know, help him out and help him be comfortable with his life and who he is. And so he's really been great too. But he's not, you know, visible. He hasn't been in videos.
Invisible.
And,
he doesn't exist. No, I'm just
like. No, but he's not around a lot. He's not involved as much as I am because, you know, he can't, but he works.
Because he makes the moolah.
He makes the bacon. He makes the bacon, and I do all the other stuff. But I just want to give him some props because, you know, it's not just all about me.
Well, this video is about you because you're the most important.
Well, yeah, because I'm here right now.
No, because you're the most important one.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I just want to give him a little props.
All right. Well, this video is long.
We're like this all the time, by the way.
Right.
When we go grocery shopping or anywhere, you know, he's always messing with me.
Tickle.
He always messes with me. Yeah. He's annoying, basically.
So I'm trying to think of another question. I think we should end off on that. I think that was a good note. Good educational video for kids or teenagers that have parents that don't, you know, understand or anything. They need like somebody to relate to. You know what I'm saying? If somebody was to watch this video and they parent got questions or you need advice or something with something, not necessarily a parent, but whoever your caregiver is, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up. If you hit me and your parent needs somebody to talk to, then you hit me. I can connect to moms and y'all can talk. So if they need somebody to relate to, you know what I'm saying? Or just advice or, you know, say don't feel alone. Because I know my mom, when I came out, she couldn't find like parents to relate to for transgender teens. So she wants to be there for like another parent so that they don't have to feel confused or alone like she did. So if any parent or anybody watches this video, then they can hit me up and hit moms up. And we'll be happy to help you guys with the process and whatever you're going through.
Absolutely.
But, bruh, he wants some camera time. Yeah, this is your Monday guy Coley with moms. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. Thank you for tuning in to the 7 Trans Guys. If you're new, thanks for watching. Come back every week. If you've been watching our videos every week and my videos, all my brother's videos, we appreciate it all around. Come back every day of the week. Thank you.